do you have passion for every topic that you have read? Like, personally, if I don't like a topic, I don't like to read about it too. But I know if I have to speak or if I have to write something, I know I need to learn a lot.
I am obsessed with the detail, like how things change and how things get turned around. There are, for example, some very nice videos of light horseman training on the web. If a man treats a horse like that today, he'll be jailed. Mm-hmm. Because in our understanding today, a pony is something beautiful that you keep, especially if you have sufficient money. But back in the day, it was the animal that saved you. So as a result, if you just check animal rights and horses, you will have a very different understanding from the web. If you check horse and warfare and the survival of the fittest in the battlefield, you will have a very different understanding of what the horse is. So I believe it's tricky. Today's world is tricky because in order to be able to create a market, they first play with our psyches, with our minds. So they first create a need, or they first create a general liking or disliking of a topic, and then they play around it. And I don't think that's fair. Mm-hmm. But if you don't read, if you don't look at different subjects, if you don't cross-reference things that you are reading, if you just rely on the net, I believe that would not help world peace at all. When the internet first came out, I was very optimistic that it was going to kill prejudice and bigotry, and we were all going to be friends. But it turned out that more prejudice and bigotry came in because of the internet, because hate talk is everywhere on the internet. Mm-hmm. And people who hate talk, mostly they don't even know one guy about whom they hate talk. Because finally, if you don't know a person, you can hate that person. But if you know even one member of the society that you hate, then it's not that easy to hate somebody. Because you will say, no, Michael is a good guy, let's say. Or you will say, Jane wouldn't do this. I know Jane. Like, you wouldn't automatically hate everybody. But internet makes us feel, because we watch videos, because we watch YouTube, whatever, they are like this. But maybe some of them are not like that.
Yeah.
We just can't say that every apple is red, because there are green ones and some people love the green ones. And then there are yellow ones and some people love the yellow ones, and then there are pink ones.
That's very right. So,
Thank you.
From all the boxes that you have bought,
Yes.
what's the most memorable book that you have ever read amongst them? Or if you cannot remember.
There's a subject that I am most interested in, and I won't be shying away to tell you it. With the coming of Christianity, the circus was ended. The gladiatorial combat, the beasts, they all came to an end. Dogfights kept on happening, cockfights kept on happening, bullfights kept on happening, but the actual circus died. And for centuries it was dead. And then what happened is, one guy in Austria, in Vienna, had a show after many centuries. He sat on a chair just like this in the cage of a lion. That was the show, okay? Everybody gets together, they pay the money, the curtain opens, this guy comes with a chair, there's a lion sitting on the corner, he goes in the cage, he puts the chair down and he sits on it for a minute and then he goes back out. That was the show.
The lion is with him in the cage?
Yes,
No.
yes. So this is the show, okay? And then it caught up from there, and by the turn of the century, especially in the US, when there were world fairs, they had 10, 12, 15 lions, leopards, hyenas, dogs in the same cage. And it went from the sky on the chair to this. And it's an unbelievable subject. Then from there it started going down. But the whole idea, this connection between the beast and the human, and how it died, it slept for centuries, and then it comes back with a vengeance. Very interesting. So that was one thing. Taming Flares was the name of the book, and it was all about the history of the show. Mm-hmm. I don't say the show is good or the show is not good. I don't say it's ethical, it's not ethical. I don't say it's bad for the animals, it's not bad for the animals. It's just the idea of the show.
When did this happen?
This happens around the 1900s. And there are some very famous names, but what really gets me is to have so many animals in the cage at the time, when for centuries no such thing happened, is amazing. And today we have the Cirque du Soleil and everything else, so the whole idea of the animal in the cage is not so well taken. However, it's the human will and courage that gets me. So that was a very interesting subject that I read about.
Why did, like you said, as I understood, when Christianity started, all these gladiator things stopped and killing of human?
Because of the persecutions. That's, Christianity has a very rich tradition of martyrdom. And many of these events, many of the martyrs passed away in circuses, so that's why. So they had this as a part of their collective memory. So it wasn't something nice to remember, that's why.
Oh, I see. I want to change the topic.
Please.
I've known many people because of you. You have a lot of what is it called? like you communicate with a lot of people, you have a lot of connections.
Okay.
So how did you have these connections and
I respect
how
people.
did it start? How did it start?
I respect people, that's the most important thing. And I believe I'm a people's person. I like people. It's the person that's most appealing to me in any story there is. It's the guy who made it, rather than the statue itself. That's what appeals to me. So I believe that also shows in my social life. I like people, I like their stories. It's the story that makes a life, and each life is very interesting. And each is a different experience in its own self. So
you met all these people while?
Through time, friends of friends, like-minded people.
Oh, I see.
And I believe the key is not to be expecting anything from anybody. That's what makes people appreciate your friendship. That's important, because unfortunately, if you just network for benefit, that makes you a merchant, but you want to be a person.
Yeah.
So that's how I take it.
That's really nice though. So where did you go to as countries? Like, can you count them all?
A lot. It would be unfair to count them all, but there are still many places that I want to go to. Traveling is one thing that educates you the most, and it's really, you get this perspective when you go there and you realize why you shouldn't be watching TV instead of traveling. You should be traveling, because when you travel, it gives you the real deal. The real McCoy is there. So,
where do you want to go?
I want to go to Kathmandu before it becomes a circus, very much.
Where?
Kathmandu.
Oh, I've never heard of that country.
It's a tiny little place up by India. That's a very interesting area where there was a huge population exchange. The Pakistanis, the Indians, they still have many subjects that don't go well, and the land is beautiful, the mountains are beautiful, and to me it's historically interesting. So I want to go to Kathmandu. I want to go back to Central Asia and cross to Mongolia. That's what I want to do. I want to go back to Mongolia, and I want to do the Trans-Siberian Railway travel. The trip, the Trans-Siberian Express, is something that I want to do. Not all of it, but some parts of it. And hence you push me, I would want to go to Kamchatka also.
Where?
Kamchatka. It's Alaska is the marketed wilderness. Kamchatka is just on the other side of the water, and it's totally uncharted.
Oh.
It is what Alaska was before there was any tourism.
I see.
So it's what I want to do.